All right. We're here. Y'all can't see. Just a disclaimer, everyone. This is a one-time event. I don't know Patrick Mahomes personally. I don't know his girlfriend personally. I don't know any of their family personally. I mean, I know someone who knows Jackson Mahomes, but I don't know them personally, all right? They're trying to live normal lives, you know what I'm saying? They don't want a random fan who's enamored by the $477 million to come up, waltzing up to their home and being like, hey, let's talk about your money. I'm gonna give them all the privacy, don't worry. I'm not gonna try and walk into the house. I'm just gonna park in the house for a few minutes. So Brittany, Patrick, if you guys see this somehow, or someone affiliated with you guys, dude, I'm sorry for doing that. And also I hope that you weren't bothered by it. Your secret is safe with me. Thank you, I guess I should say, for allowing me to do that. And anyway, enough about disclaimers, man. Y'all get it. Don't disrespect the celebrity's privacy, all right? Just don't do that. They're normal people. They don't want to be disturbed. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. All right, now on to the video. Am I bold for this one? I think so. I think I'm bold for this one. I really do. What's up, guys? Keep Coming 11 back with another video, and let me tell y'all, I got a special one for you guys today. And yeah, I'm not capping. This is no clickbait. This is serious. I'm gonna go to Patrick Mahomes' house to discuss his new 10-year, $450 million contract. Yeah, it was crazy enough to me that I had to go to this man's house to be sort of in his presence, you know, walk the walks that he's walked. Maybe not walk, because I'm not trying to be disturbing or anything, you know. Midwesterners out here, we're kind, you know. We don't want to disturb our professional athletes. That's not how we're about. We're not like, you know, Oklahoma City, where they go ahead and, what'd they even do to KD's house? I don't even remember. It was something bad, though. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you guys can see how bad OKC Thunder fans are sometimes. When they were switching up the cupcake phase. I tell you, that was a bad time for them. But anyway, that's off topic. That's way off topic. I was trying to think of ways to try and make this a great video and all that. Because Patrick Mahomes, sure, he isn't basketball or anything, which is my main channel and all. He's still pretty near and dear to the sports and also to my home. He's only 30 minutes away from where I live, where I'm right now. You know, I decided to pay a visit. Why not? Let's go pay a visit to Patrick Mahomes' house so we can talk about the implications of his contract on Kansas City and also himself and the sports world at large. All right, so let's get into it. So before we get going, guys, if you're new here, make sure that you go check out one of my other videos. If you like basketball or the NBA in the slightest, I can guarantee you that you'll be satisfied. And if you're not, you can go on Twitter and DM me. I will give you $1. That's right. If you're not satisfied with one of my videos, I will give you $1. All you have to do is DM me your Cash App on Twitter, and that's it. Go ahead. Alright, so now let's get back to the regularly scheduled program. So you guys know I gotta have the college gear on because I am a young black man going into a very rich, probably very white neighborhood. So I gotta make sure that I'm strapped with my ammunition, you know? I got my ammunition on, but that's besides the point. So Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest players to have ever played the sport of football. By the age of 24, he's already gotten a Super Bowl MVP, an MVP, 2 Pro Bowl votes, and so many other accomplishments that are actually ridiculous that I don't know off the top of my head, like NBA statistics, but still, you know who Patrick Mahomes is, and by the fact that you know who he is, that tells you really all that you need to know. It's time to get to business where business is due. I'm gonna start the trek. So yeah, Patrick Mahomes is arguably the face of sports in America already at 24 years of age. And as for Kansas City, everyone here in Kansas City loves him. It's a fact. Like, it's crazy because I feel like the Chiefs fans have the most wholesome fan base. I don't know many people that are going to show out in the hundreds of thousands to stand for 5-6 hours in 18-degree weather. Everyone here loves Mahomes. I stood out in practice for like how many hours? I stood out there for 4 hours. My feet were cold, my hands were frozen. I stood out there with my camera, this camera I'm using to record right now. I took a bunch of pictures of him. Well, when he came across, this was after like 5-hour mark. But I took some really good photos concerning the parade. So he signed his contract yesterday, July 6th, I believe, and today's July 7th here. Yeah, it said 7 de julio. And he signed his $477 million contract. Patrick Mahomes is the best thing to happen to Kansas City, however, I think it at least from the exposure standpoint. Even when we won the Super Bowl. So I've sort of been a fan of Kansas City by default. I remember back in the 2012 season, I believe we went, what, 2-12? Something like that, I don't know. I wasn't really big into sports back then. I was sort of a big guy. Hey. Then we hired Andy Reid, and we got Alex Smith. And then coming into 2017, we drafted Mahomes from Texas Tech. No one's really thinking much about him. He's got this huge arm, of course. He's able to make these spectacular plays, but he's not necessarily ready for the big leagues yet, if that makes sense. So he takes sort of like, I don't know if it's a gap year. I don't know what you would call it. Like similar to what people are doing now in college. You take like a gap year. You don't really play that much. You're not in the rotation, but you're learning as much as you can. And of course, he was learning from Alex Smith and ready to take over the job the year after. Of course, we let him go to the Redskins, I believe. And so when he takes over the job, he has that game against the Broncos in 2018 in winter, and he did pretty well there. And then when we officially let Alex Smith go, I'm thinking that Patrick Mahomes is going to be this pound for pound what Alex Smith was. I'm not expecting anything big off the talent level or anything. Then he came out the gate with the 50 touchdown MVP season. So now he's signing the biggest contract in American pro sports history. It just tells you where the game is going to be going. Not just this game, of course. When I say game, I mean sports. We're about 20 minutes off now. There's the Royal Stadium, and then back there, the Chiefs Stadium's there somewhere. And then the skyline of Kansas City's right ahead of us. Right ahead. Hopefully I'm not disturbing anyone, and hopefully I'm not gonna get, arrested for soliciting or something like that. If you're wondering if Kansas City residents know why they live in Missouri, yet it's called Kansas City, let me let you know, a majority of us actually have no clue at all. Oh yeah, I've definitely been here before. Now that I'm close, I think what I'm gonna do to make it look less suspicious, I'm gonna go up and around and I'm gonna pretend like I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I'm looking and then I park. I park like I'm on Google Maps trying to find a way out. But dang, okay, shoot, he lives here? Dang. Oh man. I'm getting uncomfortable now. Let's go. It's definitely game time. Uh-oh. I didn't consider people walking their dogs or anything. Oh boy. Maybe I should have washed the car before because I'm trying to fit in as much as I can. Can we turn green, please? It's about to. Let's get stupid then. All right. All right. We're here. Y'all can't see. Oh, this is special. All right, so now I gotta find a place to park. I don't want to leave though. Dang, they're going quick. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go straight, right? Then I'm gonna take a left. No, find my way back on that road, and then we'll park, all right? Oh wait, no, not even that. Ooh, this is worrying, bro. This is uncomfortable. I don't like being in rich people's neighborhoods, man. I don't like it. Uncomfortable feeling to me. And it feels inauthentic. Like, oh, let's go play some crickets and toss and all that stuff. Like, jeez! And everyone's out and about. It's crazy. So I'm gonna pretend like I don't know where I'm going. After being lost for about 5 to 10 minutes, I finally gotten my way back around to where I can park in Mahomes' on this street at least. That's close enough, right? That's close enough to say Mahomes' house. Ooh, I don't like the way he looked at me. I don't like that. Oh well, I'm nervous. If y'all ain't nervous, then y'all ain't been a black man in a rich neighborhood. Y'all heard? This is really tight. At least I'm not in LA or something. Yo, are you telling me I gotta be on the right street now? What? Road closed. Residential access only. Let me go this way. No, because if I go... gosh darn it, I missed. Wait, this doesn't make sense. Oh, it doesn't make sense, does it? Man, this is a whole journey in by itself. This is like a side mission. I don't know what you call it. Alright, bet. Woo! Alright, we're here. Part 2, round 2. Gotta find the correct place to park. Gotta make sure no one thinks that I'm awfully suspicious. Oh shoot, I got close. Oh, okay. I think I want to park like right here. Okay, guys, we made it. Okay, so right now I'm right next to Patrick Mahomes' house, and let me tell you, it was a trip to get here. But now we can officially talk about what the implications are for his $450 million contract deal. So first things first, let me tell you that this contract, if you guys haven't known, is a steal, just as every other contract is in professional sports. However, due to the economic impact that he's going to have upon the city and the franchise, $500 million isn't enough. It's short by, I want to say, $200 million. That's right, Patrick Mahomes is going to generate roughly $700 million for the franchise and also for the city. And there's just a biker that passed from me, probably thinking, what the heck is happening here? But yeah, $650 million to $700 million. That's roughly what his value is for the franchise. And that doesn't mean for necessarily the homegrown supports, rather the home... Oh, someone's here. Oh, every time someone passes, it's like, is that someone? The dogs aren't there, at least. That's a good thing. The economic impact isn't going to simply come from within the city, because if you guys haven't known, Kansas City fans are the best in the world, essentially. In fact, I want to say it was in 2015 when they set the world record for the loudest stadium in the world at 141 decibels. That's before Patrick Mahomes and the worldwide figure. No, what I'm saying is what he does for the city is bring it exposure. For people outside of Kansas City, they'll typically not really care about this place or the franchise. Kansas City seems like one of those flyover towns, one of the places where you come over here and, you know, you just sort of pass by. It's in Kansas and Missouri, of course. What good is there by putting the two of those together? We can take a similar example with Cleveland. Cleveland was known as an industrial city for the most part, and not really on anyone's radars, except for, you know, of course, losing with the Browns and the Cavaliers. But when LeBron James was drafted in 2003, and when he came back again in 2014, it's estimated that he generated roughly $65 million per year. And it's also estimated that, ooh, that's probably police or something. And it's, ooh, it's not. Ooh. And when LeBron was in Cleveland, think about the exposure that was... Oh, they're about to back up and say, what the heck are you doing? Oh, I didn't get shut down. Oh, they're letting that person pass. Maybe they're watching for what I'm doing. Oh, this is scary. When LeBron was in Cleveland, there was a $650 million impact. When LeBron was in Cleveland, they're about to say something. When LeBron was in Cleveland, they had... Oh, dang. He had a $650 million impact. And when he did that, he was able to go ahead and speak about roughly 200 students. Oh, he's probably taking the license plate. Ooh, this is high stakes right here. He's probably finna call the police or something. I don't know what he's about to do. I'm telling you, being in a rich neighborhood like this, I don't care if it's Kansas City or anything like that. I am feeling very, very agitated. It is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do. So when you have the economic impact of a worldwide figure like Patrick Mahomes, who's only on the levels of, let's say, LeBron, Serena, Michael, and Kobe, then that increases the exposure for a city and also for an entire franchise. Right now in team valuations, Kansas City ranks at number 24, meaning that they're in the lower thirds of the league. So when you have a figure like Patrick Mahomes, who's on the same level as LeBron, Serena, Kobe, Michael, it elevates also the amount of people that are there with it. And of course, Kobe and Michael, they were in LA and Chicago, already big markets by itself. But when you have LeBron, when he goes to Cleveland, see, that raises the awareness of worldwide. More people want to go to Cleveland because of the Cavaliers. And similarly with the Kansas City Chiefs, more people want to come to Kansas City because you want to see Patrick Mahomes play. That increases the exposure for the city on a worldwide scale, for a place that's not necessarily on people's minds, per se. So when you value someone like that for 10 years and $500 million, you're really undercutting him. Even though it might seem like the most spectacular sports contract in history, it's really undervalued. As the time goes on, since there's no salary cap percentage, $45 million will seem quite low. Like, take the NBA for example. A long time ago, Michael Jordan was paid $30 million, and that was seen as absolutely ridiculous. Now you probably will have 10 players or something like that paid $30 million this year. Because the cap keeps rising, the teams get more valuable. As they continue to get more fans and accumulate more revenue, the more valuable winning becomes. When you have a LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes for Kansas City, as LeBron was to Cleveland, then you have exposure, then you have interest. And when you have interest, you have companies wanting to bank off of that interest. Kansas City is one of the most thriving places for entrepreneurial startups in America. It's been dubbed the Silicon Prairie due to the amount of tech startups that are being held here in Kansas City. As you increase that volume with the amount of interest from outside sources, from international to national of course, then you have a combination for success. Google, for example, made Kansas City its first test site for Google Fiber because of the economic potential that lies in Kansas City. Sprint also made its headquarters here, and Amazon was considering adding a new headquarters here as well. So it's getting a lot of interest. The team is roughly guaranteed to be on top for at least 5 seasons, given the amount of talent that they have. And in a 2010 study done by the researchers at Missouri S&T, they averaged that a playoff team with 10 to 11 wins gets more money per person at about $100. And if they're a Super Bowl winning team, then you add $120 per person. Given that there's roughly 1 million people in Kansas City, that means back in 2015, let's say like that, we were getting $100 million a year. Now in 2020, we're getting an extra $120 million. And with the sports face of America here in Kansas City, the heartland, who knows where it's going to go. Patrick Mahomes will be the reason that Kansas City is going to be a top 10 city within 10 years. So yeah, 10 years, $500 million. Sounds like a lot, but in actuality, it's more beneficial to the city than it is to him. Thanks for watching. Now, I don't really want to get out of here because I feel so uncomfortable, but let me let you guys know that this is indeed, and this is me. This is me, you see? This is me. It's scary. It's scary hours. I'm scared, but I'm here. I'd like to say thank you kindly, Patrick Mahomes, for being such a great inspiration for the city. And also for allowing me to spend 15 minutes, at your house.